This is Matthew Miller from the ZDNet Smartphones and Cell Phones blog. Today I'm going to take you on a short look through the Android 2.2 operating system update, also called Froyo or frozen yogurt, and Flash on the Nexus One. So turning out that the Nexus One may be one of the best purchases I've ever made on a cell phone, as things keep on getting better and better. And as you can see here, mine is now updated to Android version 2.2. So a few things that you'll find in 2.2. First one is the home screen has changed a bit. Now a lot of these are my widgets and shortcuts, but you'll see at the bottom here that we now have shortcuts to phone, the list of apps, and the web browser. And by just simply tapping one of those, we jump into the applicable part. As you can see, there's my apps, and then we jump into the browser. Alright, so that's one small change. Another change is in the wireless networks. Bounce up here, show you this, and what you'll see in this list that's nice to see is we now see tethering and portable hotspot option. Tap on that. We see USB tethering, portable Wi-Fi hotspot. If I go ahead and tap the portable Wi-Fi hotspot, it actually is now turning off my Wi-Fi that I had enabled and turning on the 3G network on the hotspot. It says it's active up top. If I tap on here, we can actually configure the hotspot for the SSID and security settings. And as you can see, WPA is supported and open. And if we pull down the notification, we can see that there's the ability to touch to configure. I'll go ahead and turn that off. So that's great to see. That was in some of the additional ROMs that you could load on there, but it's nice to see it officially in the Google ROM. So other than that, we have applications are a little bit different. We go to Manage Applications, and as you can see up top here, we've got now downloaded, running, all, and on the SD card. Currently I have nothing on the SD card, and from what I understand, developers will have to support being able to do that. Because if you go into some of these apps, say Abduction for now, you'll see there's a bunch of new options here, right? There's uninstall, force stop, clear the data, move to SD card, and several of those are grayed out. There we go. This one has everything. It's force stop, uninstall, clear data, except for the move to SD card is still unavailable. But we'll see, that should hopefully come about soon, which is one of my issues of low memory that'll be nice to address. Another thing that we see improved here is the Android market. So we jump into the market, let's just find an app. There's Zillow, we tap on that. We see now that we have About page and then we have a Comments page, so the layout's a bit better than it was before. I haven't seen a lot of differences other than just kind of the layout and seeing comments. Now, one thing we will see on the installed apps is there's some options here for allow automatic updating. I'm going to go ahead and check that. I did not check that on this particular application before. And go ahead and update it. Now I also understand there's the automatic update, and there's also the ability to update all applications if there was more than one. Right now there was just the one that had an update, and it's now been installed. So I can't really test that until I see more that need to be updated as well. And then there's speed improvements. Exchange is now supported in email, contacts, and calendar. So if we went to the calendar here, we could say settings. I believe it's in, no, sorry. Go back to the broad settings. Accounts and sync. And then you can add different settings there. Add an account, Microsoft Exchange. And then you can go through all these settings and see that you could, I've got a screenshot picture of it showing that you can do it with your contacts calendar, but I personally found Touchdown better, and I wrote about that earlier. So another big thing is once you have 2.2 on your device, you can now download the latest Adobe Flash Beta. So I'm going to show you a couple of websites that have actually worked, and I also linked in my post to Engadget, who did some comparison on the videos. But let's see. Let me open up a new window here. The first one I'm going to show you. Now these are both gaming sites. So I'm going to go to PopCap Games. This is one of my favorite gaming sites. It has Bejeweled and a bunch of other games like that. My personal favorite. So here are all the Flash-based games here, as you can see on the list. Bejeweled is in there, Bookworm, Hammerhead's Insane Aquarium, Mummy Maze. I'm going to go ahead and tap on Zuma. It's one of my favorites. So once you have the Flash, I'm going to go to Portrait here. Once you have Flash installed, it's just integrated with the browser. Double tap on that to open it up. Trying to get it to a more full screen. So this says Zuma will load in 2, 1. Click here to play now. One thing I did found is some of the clicks are a little bit touchy. But here we go. We've got Zuma. It's actually pretty accurate, and I was surprised how fast it actually is going, and I wasn't sure that pointing to the specific location of where I want these would work very well, but it's actually, as you can see, it's fairly playable and it works pretty well. I was going to try to, oh there we go, double tap to zoom. So now it's in a kind of almost a full screen mode there. Changed color on me at the last minute there, I missed it. So I'm really happy to see that Zuma, one of my favorite games, plays quite well in Adobe Flash. And as you can see, it is a smooth play. I don't see anything pixelating or anything. Controls of the ball and the placement is actually quite accurate. I just tap where I want it to go, and it doesn't lag, so it gets there in time. So that's Zuma, or that's Zuma and PopCap Games. Let me close that off. I'll close a few of these windows. I didn't realize I had this many windows going, as you can see, and go back. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and go to Webkins. Now Webkins is one of those sites that my girls use. You know, you get these Webkins dolls, as you can see here. You get these Webkins dolls from Hallmark and other stores, and they get them every year for Valentine's Day, because once you get it, you get access to the website for a year. So I'm going to go ahead, and as you can see, just loading this site itself is pretty good, but we'll take it farther than that, and you'll see that this is pretty amazing for a mobile phone. I'll go ahead and select login, and as you can see, what Webkins does is the page that we were on is still back there. It opens up a pop-up display, and then we have to enter our password here. Now this area, this part of the whole experience is takes some time, because as you can see, I'll try zooming in again. There we go. Now it has taken some time sometimes to get the username and password in there, just finding the right spot and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and enter the username and password and log in, and I'll come back. Okay, so now I entered the username and password after a couple of different attempts. It's just trying to get the text box to match up and things like that. So now, as you can see, Webkins is loading after I logged in. Hopefully I got the username and password correct for my daughter. And we can kind of show you a little bit of what Webkins does. Double tap to zoom out to a full screen view here. As you can see, again, the main site is still behind this pop-up. And I'm hopeful that it will actually play. There we go, starting to fill out the page. And I am connected via Wi-Fi right now to do these testing. It's still loading. There's quite a bit of content to be loaded on this page. Now, games I found are somewhat playable. Some of the controls don't work on the games. You can't use like the trackball or anything. It's all has to be done with a touch. So some games work. And you know, this is really small, and it's not very usable compared to using it on the PC. However, it is kind of nice just to see that that functionality and capability is supported on a mobile phone. So if you really did need to get your Webkins fix, I guess, you could do it out on the road, and with a device that might have HD out or something like that, you could take it on the road and maybe play it in a hotel and things like that. So there you go. There's the full Webkins. If we tap on, I think it's things to do, you go to the arcade. I don't play this myself, so I'm not sure exactly. I asked my wife, who does like to play some of these games. They used to have Tetris on here. They don't anymore, but I don't even know what these games are. We'll just tap one. Bonanza. Say play game, and it loads up the game. And I'll just say play, just so you can kind of, whoops. I must tap something else. Something kind of froze up there. There we go, play. And now see that directional pad actually does work on this game. Oh, I was supposed to touch that. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that either. Yeah, because interestingly, the touchscreen does not work on this particular game, but the directional pad does. Oh. Oops. Alright, so that's a look at Webkins on the Nexus One, along with Flash, and some looks at Froyo. Thanks for watching, everybody.